few months ago, I made a video that went quasi-viral, which was a parody of Jack Conte's letter to Casey Neistat about his $1 billion idea. The video got like 200,000 views in a couple of weeks. In the video, I had a bunch of questions that I was asking to Casey. And in the comment section of my parody video, someone said, oh, you have 30,000 subscribers, you already know the answers to these questions. There's some truth in that, because the reality is I know my answers to those questions, but I'm not interested in my answer. What was that? I'm not interested in my answer to those questions, because as far as I'm concerned, my YouTube trajectory has been filled with mistakes that I have made and continue to make. I was interested in Casey's answers to those questions, and I still am. This felt like an opportune time to follow up on a video that I'd made a while back about video licensing. Because when I reflect on my YouTube channel history, I know where I've made some mistakes. I also know how I've been able to make a few bucks doing it to justify the obsession. One of the questions I asked to Casey was when he started monetizing his videos and how he went about doing it, because I've only been following Casey for a couple of years and maybe for a year relatively religiously. I don't know how he derived other sources of revenue from his passion. In my case, you know, I've got roughly 30 million views for the history of my channel. So if you assume it's $1,000 per million views, and you assume I've gotten 100% of all of the AdSense revenue from those videos, which I haven't because I use video licensing agencies who take 40% of it, but just assume that means that I've made $30,000 over 4.5 years for my YouTube channel, which is beyond poverty level. I haven't been able to make a sustainable income from YouTube, but I have not made the majority of any revenue that I've made from YouTube from AdSense. I have made the majority of revenue generated from my obsession and compulsive content creation from video licensing. And so to explain the difference, when I make a video, I try to make a viral... No, you know what? I have to start from the beginning. Get that parking spot that I shouldn't have passed. When I first started my channel, I wasn't making vlogs at all. In fact, I'd always said that I never wanted to make vlogs. It was not something that I could ever envision myself doing. Who the heck is interested in my relatively boring life? And so when I was first making videos, all I was doing was trying to make viral smashes. The squirrel stealing the GoPro, shaving my legs with a drone, catching a fish with a drone. I was strictly going after the viral video that I could license and then get some additional revenue through licensing and hope that it becomes another multi-million view video on YouTube like my squirrel video. What I discovered was that throughout the course of YouTube, I would make videos that would get minimal traction on YouTube, but that would get licensed out for hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars through these video licensing agencies. The most shocking example that I can think of was my Snapchat Daddy Snapchat. It was like the day I discovered Snapchat face swap. So I made a funny video, which was a montage of the day with my kids face swapping, and it was funny. Barely got 1,000 views on YouTube, but it was sold to someone, I don't know who, and it was like my single biggest sale. When I was first making videos, I wasn't making vlogs. I'm still not getting massive traction or viewership on my videos. Occasionally there'll be some much bigger videos than some other ones, but generally it's on average 500 to 1,000 per video, except for the ones that get much more, and those are maybe 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 20. The hobby was sort of paying for itself, not through AdSense viewership on YouTube, but by video licensing through these third-party licensing agencies. You'll notice going through my channel that I basically now only use 2 agencies in particular, and that is because I've tried a bunch and these 2 are the ones that I like. So my focus for a while was just trying to make a viral video that I could license without really worrying about branding or the content of my channel. And the reality is that I never appreciated what a channel was. I mean, my YouTube channel had no dedicated brand and contenting. I was just trying to make viral videos, the one-off, so that I could license it and just take the internet with some awesomely compelling viral video. So that was the focus for a while, and as time went on, the channel sort of turned into an actual channel with some sort of linear content, with some sort of continuity from one video to the next. And that's when I sort of realized that I don't make any meaningful revenue off the vlog aspect of the channel just yet, because I don't have the subscribers and I don't have the viewership. And the thing about vlogs is that vlogs are not licensable, they're not saleable. No third party is going to license a day of apple picking with my family. What they might license is one segment of that day, which is potentially licensable, say a wasp eating another wasp at the apple orchard. That's just an example. I didn't actually ever capture that, but man, one day I saw a wasp eating the brain of one of those tree frogs or cichlids, those things that make the loud buzzing noise on a hot summer day. There were wasps like in its head trying to eat its brains, and I didn't capture it, but that's what was in my head. Where was I? Yeah, so the vlogs are not licensable, but then getting back to the video licensing agencies is they're looking for clips that can be run on MSN, AOL, Daily Mail. They're looking for short clips or amazing videos that third parties are going to have an interest in license. And so what I've ended up doing is I make these vlogs and then I try to find these clips in the longer vlogs that I can then license out on an agency site in order to try to generate some revenue in the context of making vlogs while still making vlogs that are going to be compelling enough to create a brand around the channel that are going to draw new subscribers in. Now I'm going to have to go edit through 10 minutes of that to see where I left off and where I was going. So I'll be right back.
Today was the last day of school.
Booyah! Do you know where I left off with the last video? The one I was shooting before you got in the car? Video licensing agencies. I made a video a while back explaining what they do. I said I would make a video explaining what makes one video licensing agency bad versus good. A bad video licensing agency is not necessarily going to focus on licensing your video, but
focus on your paying them.
no, because they only get paid if they sell it, but they might feel that there's more value in your video and driving brand awareness and traffic to their website and not necessarily to the sale of your video. Of the two video licensing agencies that I use, I find Storyful is sometimes better for driving channel awareness because they will oftentimes license out the video through the YouTube embed. So that means that a lot of the traffic that they generate through licensing the video goes directly to viewership on the channel and the video itself on YouTube. That's a good thing. The bad thing is, depending on how that traffic comes in, it doesn't necessarily translate into subscribers, because if the embed is sort of in another person's website, they don't actually see the subscribe button, so you don't necessarily get the correlative bump in subscribers through the views from the YouTube embed. That's a technical thing, but the YouTube embed basically means if you go to another person's website, there's going to be a box to play the video and it's going to play it through YouTube. So you're going to get the views, but it's not going to bring up your channel, so they're not necessarily going to know to subscribe or have the impetus to subscribe via that means. The flip side is, with Storyful, you have no choice but to license the video and include the YouTube monetization. So if Storyful wants to license one of my videos, I'm necessarily going to have to use them for the YouTube monetization, which means that I'm going to lose or split the revenue that's generated through YouTube viewership. Whereas with Newsflare, which is the other one that I use routinely, I don't necessarily need to use Newsflare to monetize the video on YouTube. So I can then get 100% of those royalties through YouTube viewership, and Newsflare is going to license the video as a standalone video on third-party platforms without necessarily claiming it on YouTube, although they offer that service. There are pros and cons to both. Storyful necessarily claims the monetization on YouTube, so you have to split the revenues with them, but oftentimes they generate a lot more traffic to your channel specifically. Also, I have found that I don't necessarily lose money when I do the YouTube monetization on my own for two reasons. There is something of a system to getting higher quality ads run before your video that agencies apparently are good at. It's not a certain value per view. Depending on the ads, some ads drive more revenue than others, and apparently video licensing agencies are able to get the quality advertising or the ads to run before your video better ones than you can get arbitrarily on your own. The other thing that's good about Storyful handling your YouTube monetization is that they will go after third-party rip-off pirates who steal your video, whereas, I'm not necessarily going to do that myself. I don't necessarily have the time to police the internet. They have software that automatically detects your video if someone else has ripped it, uploaded it, included somewhere else, and they go claim that for you. So you don't necessarily end up losing money, because whatever you're splitting with them, you're splitting a sort of a bigger pie because of the services they offer. Yes, you'll get the pie after the dentist. Newsflare offers you the alternative so that if you don't want them to claim monetization on YouTube, you don't have to use them. And the good thing about Newsflare is that you don't even have to upload directly from your YouTube channel. I can upload videos directly to Newsflare that I don't necessarily even upload to my channel, which is an immense benefit because I have licensable videos that I may think are going to sell that I don't necessarily want to upload to my channel because I don't want to annoy people by uploading 15, 30-second videos multiple times a day. Or the video just does not fit with the brand of my channel, so I don't even want to upload as my channel. The tortoise is humping in the zoo in Florida.
Wait, you didn't put that on your channel?
No, I didn't put that on my channel.
Why not?
Did I? I don't think I did. Whatever. But there's a number of videos that I have not put on my channel that I've uploaded directly to Newsflare, which have sold, but I would not want to put them on my channel because I don't think they're going to be YouTube hits, and even if I do think so, I don't really want them compromising or changing the brand of the channel. So those are the pros and the cons and the two agencies that I go with and the benefits they can offer. It's how I've generated more revenue through this passion than AdSense alone could provide. So the questions that I was asking Casey were not disingenuous, and they were not questions that I knew his answers to. They were questions that I had my own answers to, but I haven't been doing things right necessarily on my channel. The things that I know that I'm doing wrong, that I'm not telling people to subscribe and hit the notifications button because I find it demeaning. I find it insults your intelligence as a viewer. You know that if you like the channel, you're going to subscribe and hit the notification, but do it. Share, please. Subscribe, share this, tell your friends. I've been making a video a day for a year and a half now. Quality content. I haven't been growing at the rate that I think is proportionate to the effort that I'm putting in, but that's one thing I'm not doing. I don't say at the end of the videos, I don't tell people that I upload a video a day. I don't tell people that this channel is the most eclectic, feel-good, consistent, magnificent channel on earth. You should subscribe. You should tell your friends to subscribe. Just go promote me. You should be promoting this channel so that I can make enough money to continue doing this without having to go bankrupt and go back to law. The other thing I'm not doing doing clickbait titles. And I mean clickbait as in like stuff that's actually not in the video, or these insane clickbait titles just because something is trending in the news. I just don't do it because yeah.
This is clickbait titles. I see them sometimes, like that's just a small part of the video, but then the rest.
Yeah, that's right. The other thing that I refuse to do, even though I know it's what people do, is regularly, consistently look for what's trending and then comment on what's trending. Somebody just got murdered, and everybody's making a video reactions. I can't bring myself to do it because it's not the content that I want to have. It's not the type of channel that I want to create. I was watching PewDiePie's video from a few days ago, and one of the comments said, why are there so many dislikes for likes? And then the answers to that question were because he clickbaited a famous rapper's death in the first 30 seconds of the video and on the thumbnail. I don't judge him for it. It's a legitimate strategy. It's just not one that I can do because it doesn't feel sincere and it feels disingenuous. It would feel cheap and tawdry. Another thing I'm not doing that I know that I should be doing is like maybe more branded thumbnails. And the reason? I'm stubborn. How much time do we have left before your dentist one? We got time. I don't like taking a thumbnail that's not a part of the video. So what I end up doing is just taking the most appropriate screenshot and then making a relatively ugly I made that. Oh, the necklace. She made a necklace. I make a relatively ugly thumbnail that I could make a more compelling thumbnail. I could take a picture that's not necessarily in the video. What else am I not doing that I know that I should be doing? One thing that I now really appreciate and that I never appreciated before, YouTube has become my television. I don't really watch much television anymore. We go to YouTube and we go to channels, and we go to those channels because they have content that we know that we're going to like. And at first you sure you want that face to be on the interweb? At first I wasn't making a channel for content, and now it has become a channel of content. We have cooking, we have fishing, we have drones, we have GoPro, we have family stuff, we have outings, we have basically feel good. You're never gonna feel bad after watching a video, and that's become the channel.
Daddy.
You'll be fine. So now I appreciate 33,000 subscribers who come for relatively consistent content. We're gonna do things we do cooking. We're going to do Montreal Mondays or Montreal themed videos, all sorts of stuff. So that was one meandering video. Yeah.
The party stuff.
Oh shoot, you saw it.
I'm not supposed to see it?
You were not necessarily supposed to see it. So that's it.
Can I take a bouncy ball, please?
Yes. So I'm going to try to do some product reviews. I'm going to try to get some sponsorships. If I get sponsorships, I'm going to tell you when obviously I'm going to tell you when it's sponsored content. Oh geez. Sent out an email today to a prospective product review, and I basically said, you have no creative control. If we're going to do this, you're going to have to accept that I may not like your product. I'm not going to just endorse it because this is a paid ad. I'm going to review it. I'm not going to be mean just for the sake of being mean, but I'm going to be honest and funny.
Wait, don't turn it off.
We got piñatas for birthdays.
I'm showing all them. Wait, I have one more.
Okay, so I hope this video has helped you understand a little bit of video licensing, the way I've done things right and wrong. And right now I'd like to grow this channel because I want to share my story with the world. I want to leave this world a better place than when I came into it. That's it.
That's the most cheesy thing I've ever heard.
I woke up in a bad mood this morning, tired and cranky, and I said, I'm just gonna have to do something that's good in order to make me feel good. So we went out and got coffee and donuts for the teachers at my kids' daycare, and then I felt better after I did that.
Ooh, I'm trying.
So that's it. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification, tell your friends, tell your mother,
Tell your grandmother, tell your grandfather.
your brother, your sister, your dog. I don't know, get your dog to watch the channel. There's a lot of dog stuff on this. Peace out. You realize you're going to the dentist now, right?